reasonable people can agree that anyone who's capable of faking a Ph.D. for over a decade is capable of anything. Unfortunately, federal court records for a case in El Campo, Texas, bear this out. It was an abuse and fraud case. And Kelle was the supervising behavior analyst in this case. According to page 8 of the federal magistrate's report in this case, CTAC wrote and sought to implement a behavior plan that called for the use of contrived exercises that were designed to repeatedly and intentionally provoke a 10-year-old child with a pre-existing traumatic brain injury to emotional decomposition, according to page 32 of the federal magistrate's report. CTAC's behavior plan for the child required that he be intentionally frustrated and provoked at least 45 times every day, according to page 33 of the federal magistrate's report. CTAC's behavior plan also required school officials to contrive tests to be imposed even in times of appropriate conduct that intentionally caused the child to lose control of his behavior. CTAC then demanded that the child be physically restrained when he was unable to control himself. And these physical containments were routinely imposed even before the 10-year-old's behavior was at all dangerous, according to page 34 of the federal magistrate's report. This was a violation of Texas law. What did this look like on any given day? Page 5 of the federal magistrate's report tells us, and I'll just read it. During a math game of tic-tac-toe, the 10-year-old child put his head down and refused to write the number 49 on the game paper. Rather than permit the 10-year-old child time to compose himself, CTAC repeated the demand that he write the number 49 on the game paper until his decomposition escalated to physical aggression. Then CTAC, with the assistance of multiple other adults, physically restrained the 10-year-old child on the floor for 45 minutes. All the while, the demand that he repeat the number 49 on the game paper was repeated. CTAC later advised the 10-year-old's guardian that CTAC intentionally provoked the 10-year-old child's decomposition and physical aggression to determine what CTAC was, quote, dealing with, end quote. According to page 35 of the federal magistrate's report, the 10-year-old child's behavior plan should have been constructed by someone, quote, with sufficient education, training, or experience to be considered professionally competent, end quote. Instead, the behavior plan was constructed by CTAC, which advocated interventions for the 10-year-old that were uniformly at odds with methods recommended by treating psychologists and other medical professionals. According to pages 32 and 33 of the federal magistrate's report, the 10-year-old endured more than 40 physical containments after implementation of CTAC's behavior plan. The 10-year-old, the 10-year-old's mental health suffered significantly during CTAC's months-long campaign. After reporting all of these facts, did the federal magistrate conclude that CTAC's actions conformed to standard behavior analytic practice conducted by prudent practitioners? No. The federal magistrate concluded that CTAC's methods, quote, shock the conscience, end quote. The federal district court judge who presided over this case accepted the federal magistrate's report and recommendations in which she stated that CTAC's methods shock the conscience. The federal district court accepted these recommendations in their entirety. CTAC nonetheless told the judge in certified court pleadings that it had acted in self-defense against this fourth grader with a pre-existing traumatic brain injury. This claim of self-defense proves the point that anyone who is capable of faking a Ph.D., as the owner of CTAC, Kelle Wood Rich, was doing at this time, is capable of anything. Not surprisingly, CTAC was forced to settle this abuse and fraud case. The 10-year-old victim in El Campo received a large settlement check. But this isn't the end of the story.